Howdy ho, this is Terry. I've lost 180 pounds with keto, carnivore, and counting calories. Now I'm in low carb maintenance mode. Thank you. Hey, so we are going to do some burger patties. These are the 85% ground beef. This is what I'm going to be using for my breakfast. I've done a lot of different things over the years for breakfast. I've done egg casseroles, egg muffins, eggs with vegetable casseroles, eggs with vegetables in the microwave. I've done a mixture of yogurt and cottage cheese in the mornings. I'm just decided I want to go to burgers. These are the 85%, and so they are 250 calories per one. And lately my breakfast has been around 300. So 250. You know, I got to think about this. Ziggy, 250 plus 125.
Good morning, Terry. 250 plus 125 is 375.
Yeah, so 375. So we're going to be up 75 calories, and that's okay. So we are going to bake these burgers, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. I have my pans. These pans are a full size, I think it's a full sheet cake pan is the size that they are. And it's funny, you know, they have these nice little papers and they're supposed to be between the burgers, but sometimes you get some where they forget to put the paper, or it doesn't. So you just get it and it'll come out. So I like to just do them all at the same time. I like to just dump them all out and get all the paper out. And then that way, I can line them up in a minute. So I'm going to get these going. And while I'm at it, while I'm all knee-deep in this frozen stuff, I'm going to go ahead and do another bag right here. And I think literally every bag I've ever done has had at least one of them where the paper was not between them. But I say that and I might get away with it. Nope, yeah, so far, let's see how this one works out. Nope, I see one. The papers are good, but sometimes they do stick together. So you will have to beat and bang, and I've had to break out a knife before to help separate them. So like, where did it? I just saw one. No, maybe I didn't see. Maybe I didn't see one. Yay! There we go. Double check. All right. So the way I line mine, hang on, there's a little piece of paper stuck. The way I line mine up, because they don't always fit perfectly flat, but I can get 12 in one of these cookies or one of these pans. So I just do 4 rows of 3, and I have my oven preheating to 400. And I went back and looked at my videos, and I couldn't see exactly where I did them. I know that they used to be 40 minutes, but I think that I used to do 30 minutes and 10 minutes, but I don't remember. So as soon as the oven beeps, we're going to put these in. We are going to do for 30 minutes. And I think that I did that because they started off frozen, and it got them a little bit further by waiting 30 minutes. Because I'm pretty sure it was 40 minutes total, but we're going to find out. Let's experiment today. So now we got to put our oven in. Keep your dogs back so they don't burn their little noses or their little toeses. So, Ziggy, oven timer, 30 minutes.
Oven timer, 30 minutes, starting now.
There we go. We'll check back in 30 minutes. Okay, it's been 30 minutes. Let's pull them out and flip them. We got to swap them. What did I do? So we're going to flip these. They're looking good. You know, you can season them at any stage of this. I did not season them. I'm going to be using these for breakfast, and I'm just not really sure what I'm going to want in the mornings for breakfast as far as seasoning goes. I'm sure I would want salt, but this way I can actually save the leftover rendered fat and juices, just like I do with my ground beef. I can save that and turn that into fat bombs or whatever else I want to do. Now let me pull the other one out. This one was on the bottom, and that one's always done, gets further along than the top. So I swap them out at this stage. So that goes on the bottom. And let me flip these. And then we're going to go in for 10 more minutes. So I'll get these flipped. These are, I think it's going to be really, it's going to be, talk about fast meal prep, man. I'll just pull these boogers out. And I'll put these in Ziploc bags. And I'll pull 1.5 out, because our plan is to eat 1.5 for breakfast. And we're just going to try this out. I think this will be really good. I can take this to mom's and have them with me, and I think that it will be good. So, all right, I'm going to put these in the oven. I'll be right back. I should say I'll be back in 10 minutes. It has been 10 more minutes. We're going to pull these burgers out, and we're going to just let them rest and let them reabsorb some of the juices that's down in the bottom of this. I'm going to go ahead and pull this gate across so that the dog's little noses don't get up there and they don't get burned, because this is sitting close to the edge. And we don't need any little burned noses. So I'm going to let that rest for about 10 minutes. It's had time to reabsorb that liquid. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the burgers on here. And I am going to flash freeze them. And then I will put them in a Ziploc bag. So right now I'm just going to pull all these out. And then we'll get them frozen. So give me just a second to get these lined up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the little bit of juice and fat that's down in here into this bowl. I'm not left-handed, so I can't do it I can't do it this way, but you can, there I'm pouring it. Now I just got to turn it this way, I'm sorry. But I want all that, the bits and all that juice and all that stuff, I want that to go down in this bowl. This can be used later for like a broth. You can put this in with a roast. You can put this in with whatever you want to use it for. I haven't always collected it, but sometimes I have. Don't you know that would be something real good to add to some kind of veggie something or another. There you go. Now I'll trash these. And when you're doing a lot of meal prep, the least amount of washing possible is what you want in life. So now that one's clean. And this one is clean. There we go. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this yet, but I've got it ready to go. So yeah, I might put this in a jar, or I don't really know what I'm going to do with it. We'll see. But anyway, so there you go. That's what you can do, and then you can do whatever you want with this bits right here. So, okay. Oh wait, I'll be back whenever I'm done flash freezing the burgers. I forgot about that minor detail. Sorry. So I put this in a jar, and some of y'all had mentioned that you've seen videos where they turn it upside down so that the fat will collect on the top part and then the runny part will be down here. So I'm going to store this upside down and we'll see how it works. So back to our burgers. According to Alexa, 24 divided by 1.5 is 16. So we should have 16 meals. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I'm going to have 16 whole burgers. And then my plan, like I said, is to have 1 burger and a half every morning as my breakfast. Now, if you're not counting calories, you can do it however you want to. But for me, I'm counting calories. Whenever I made burgers and I wasn't counting calories, actually what I was doing whenever I was doing carnivore, I was doing 2 pounds of meat a day. So I would eat about 8 of these burgers a day because these are 1/4 pound patties. So depending on what your goals are and what your current eating patterns are, it all just kind of depends on what a person's doing right now. And so, so for me, each evening when I'm getting my stuff together, my meals together, I'm going to pull out 1.5 burger patties. These are not all the way frozen like solid. I've frozen for an hour. So they're mostly dried out and frozen. So like I said, each night when I get my food for the next day, I'll pull out 1.5 burgers. We'll try that and see if they defrost enough for me to eat them the next day. I mean, I could always put them in the microwave. So that is my thought process, is that, so these are 85%. So I'm going to put right on your 85%. So that way I know what I've got, 85%. So that's my game plan. I'll have 1.5 of these for my breakfast. So this is what I had put in the refrigerator. And I think because there's chunks in it, this is actually not going to work in the way I thought it would, because the chunks of meat and the chunks of fat have kind of congealed together. So instead, I'm just going to freeze this and label it as, I don't know what, I'll label it as beef and fat for veggies. And I'll put this in with some veggies sometime. So that's what I'm going to do with that, because it just didn't work the way I wanted it to. So anyway, this would be really good to put it in with some green beans or with some roasted rutabaga. So I'm just going to save this, and whenever I plan on roasting some vegetables or boiling some veggies or something, I'll put this in it. So here's what I did. I rinsed it out and I put it in here, and I labeled it chunky beef broth and fat for veg. This will just take up a lot less room than that big tall jar. I like to use my jars for other things, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this in the freezer and I can use that. And I'm going to put on here that it's clean. So that way, clean. Okay for dogs. Okay for dogs. So that way, if I decide I want to use it some other way, I can do that too. So, all right, that's how it's going to go in my freezer.